I'm 45. I'm happily married, but I have no kids. And lately, I've been kind of wondering, what the next part of my life is supposed to look like. I'm not doing anything dramatic. I'm not getting divorced or I'm not moving across the country to start a whole new life. I have been thinking and wondering lately, like, what's, the next step in this stage of my life going to look like? Hi, I'm Candy, and for the past 10 years, I've been creating travel content through Travel Pockets, and I still love traveling and I still love creating videos, but there are, aspects of my personal life that, I want to share, but it doesn't quite fit with the travel channel. So I decided to create a channel that's a little bit more personal. I wanted a space where I can share, life at 45, marriage, no kids. Although I do have two Springer Spaniels and my past life modeling, my family in Japan, and honestly, just, trying to figure it out. And to explain how I ended up here, I probably need to go back to when I was 27 and made the most reckless decision of my life. I quit my job and moved to Norway for a man. So when I say that out loud, I mean, it does sound pretty crazy. I mean, I had a full-time job. I had a life and friends in Florida. And yeah, to like basically just quit my job, give that all up, and move to another country for this man that I've not even really known that long. I mean, it could have gone terribly wrong. Thankfully, it didn't. We eventually got married, and we're still married today. But when I moved to Norway, I didn't have a work visa, and I was pretty bored. I thought at first like I would love it because I had been working full time and going to school full time, and I was like, oh yeah, now I could finally relax. But it's not how it went. I was bored out of my mind. I guess because I was always busy and had goals, it just wasn't something I was ready for to just do nothing. So I, eventually left Norway and I went to San Francisco. And that is where another unexpected turn in my life happened. I eventually got into modeling. And yeah, that was not something I had planned. I never thought I would have a, modeling career. But that happened, and I started working, doing modeling jobs in San Francisco, and then that eventually led to international jobs. So I ended up modeling in Japan, Singapore, and also Hong Kong. Yeah, that was like a life I was never expecting to live. I mean, it's a very exciting job. It was definitely different from the 9 to 5 job I had in, jobs I had in the past. But there's also a lot of uncertainty with that job as well. Running around town, going to different castings, multiple castings and callbacks, a lot of rejection. That lasted for about 10 years. And that was a chapter in my life that I'm really grateful for. When I look back at that time in my life, I'm really surprised that I did it because it was just, by that time I was married, but I was not living with my husband. I was traveling and living in other countries without him. But at the same time, modeling kept me at a very temporary mindset. I was just always thinking about, okay, what's the next job? What's the next country I'm going to be living and modeling in? And I never really was thinking about big life, changes. And that's, including, having children. So having kids did cross my mind. It was not something that I had, ruled out, but it was not also something where I was, willing to reorganize my life to have kids. My situation also felt a little bit more complicated because I didn't have any family in the States besides my eldest sister. All my family lives in Japan. So, I would think about like, oh, if I did have a kid, what would it be like not being near my mom? I kind of had those really deep feelings about what it would be like raising a child without my family being around. And yes, I know plenty of people have, kids without their family around, but that's just not something I wanted to do. As I was kind of like thinking about that, time kept on, pressing on. And eventually, my modeling career kind of started like winding down. And that's when I started Travel Pockets with my sister. And that's kind of like the next big chapter in my life was starting that travel blog with my sister. We have been traveling all over the world together. I'm so grateful that, I have this travel channel with my sister. And, for a long time, that has been the focus. We plan, okay, what's our next trip? What are we going to wear? And what's our itinerary going to look like? There's a lot of planning, shooting, and editing involved with the Travel Pockets channel. And we're not quitting Travel Pockets. We still have that. But, it has kind of our travel lifestyle has, slowed down a little bit this past year. And so, I've been kind of thinking about, wanting to share a little bit more of my personal life. So, this is why I started this channel. There's so many parts of my life that I've never shared. I don't think I've really ever shared that big decision I made to quit my job and move to Norway. Never really shared my modeling experiences, the good and the bad, and also what it was like working in all those different countries. I've also never talked openly about my marriage, about getting older, about not having kids. A lot of those things I just always kept to myself. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure all of that out. My husband and I, we tried to have kids, but realistically, I am 45, so the chances of us having kids are pretty slim. I realize there are options out there like IVF, but I don't know. Personally, I don't know if I want to go through the hormonal changes, the injections, and then I think about, oh, do I really want a kid? At 45 now, like I'll be so much older than the other moms out there. Sometimes I wonder, like, gosh, did I wait too long to finally decide I want to have kids? Just like a lot of things go through my mind when I think about kids. My husband and I, we've been together for a very long time. We spoil our two Springer Spaniels like crazy because they're our little babies. And yeah, we have a very comfortable life. We enjoy life, don't we, baby? This is Zoe. All I do is stress about taking care of my two Springer Spaniels. There are moments when I have thought about like what motherhood would have looked like for me. And I think that there are probably more women out there that feel this way. And I just want, an open conversation with other women. Like, am I the only one that feels this way? My story really doesn't fit into either category. I don't fit in the story or the side where, I am never having kids, and I don't fit into the side where it's like, oh, I have to have kids. I'm just like in this weird middle ground. So here I am again. I'm starting a new channel and I have no idea where this is going to lead me. I don't have any dramatic transformations planned. I'm not leaving my husband. I'm not going to another country to find myself. Maybe I will. No, no. I just want a place where I can share my actual life. That could mean sharing things about my marriage or sharing my life with my dogs or when I go and visit Japan. Fashion. I do love fashion. My cooking. I also love cooking. I especially like cooking Japanese food. So for many years of my life, I feel like I've always had a clear identity. Sometimes things are perfectly fine, but I still wonder like, should I be doing more? And so that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully you will come along and I will unpack some of my past, share what my life looks like now, and figure out what comes next.